Hello, everyone. Good evening. Happy Wednesday. Hello, Cremoset. Hello. Congrats on acquiring a Miku. I hope everyone's doing well. I fought with like my computer for like almost 20 minutes. Okay, cool, awesome, great. It's so annoying. Tech issues never seem to avoid me. And of course, they all finally decide to disappear when I finally start speaking on stream. It's so annoying. I had to update my chatbot because the authentication token. I need to enunciate better. The authentication token needed to be updated. That's fair, but I have been noticing it's every 2 months now instead of every 3. I don't know why it's like that now. Unless Twitch is like really cracking down on making sure they don't have like all these tokens lying around for apps and stuff. It's just like okay. And then I'm like probing through my Windows Task Manager to figure out why my memory and disk are being abused, and I didn't really get any solid answers. So of course, nothing was figured out. Everything is solved now, and my fans have also calmed down. Thank you, PC. Very awesome. So that aside, hello. Have you not seen me put on the screenshot before, Karma? I guess it's been a while. It's one of my favorite screenshots to keep. I feel so down. I can barely even bring myself to follow the arrow that's pointing towards the smoothie bar. And as far as I know, from what I've seen, because I've actually seen a reel of this game pop up on my feed recently, that is just subtitles that are put on top of the game and not part of the game. As I would assume so. Unfortunately, I do not peg much older games as being as accessible or having that many accessibility features, unfortunately. But I could be wrong. But it's quite literally part of the tutorial, and the rest of the tutorial is done in a similar manner, which I think is really funny based on the reel that I saw. I don't remember what game it is. Do not ask. I do not have an answer, unfortunately. You would have to look it up. But yeah, I have other meme screenshots and whatnot in my archives whenever we're here ready to do art stuff. But it's been a hot while since I've done art, since I've been on hiatus for so long anyway. But fear not, we will get to see more as I continue streaming more and more. Alexa played More and More by Twice. I forgot that song existed, to be fully honest. I have so many random screenshots. I'm trying to like sift through everything and delete any. Okay. Anyway, hello. Happy Wednesday. If you didn't hear from my Sunday gaming stream or from the announcement on Discord, I am moving towards doing monthly schedules, and for the record, these are not different from weekly schedules, since that these still mainly emphasize what happens weekly. So there will be weekdays on which I will usually be streaming. For October, it's Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. But I'm also using monthly schedules to kind of have special stream events, quote unquote. That is not the wording I used in my server. What did I use? Stream events. Not special streams, not special events, just stream events. Just special dedicated streams where we're going to do some particular stuff. And that can include collabs and whatnot, in which I will announce those down the line and then add them to the monthly schedule for the month. And I'm kind of just experimenting with this for now in October, even though it's like halfway through the month. So maybe I'll do another one for November just to make sure. I think this is just mainly for me to kind of like be even looser with what I do per per week, and just in general. Gives me a lot more leeway instead of tying myself down to specific things. And I think it's kind of necessary for me right now. So we'll see how this goes. But yes, today is Wednesday, so we are doing Workshop Wednesday. Which would usually be like world building stuff. And art studies occasionally interfered with by yawning, as you can see. But I have stuff to prepare for this month's one and only confirmed stream event, and I was planning on doing that on Monday, but I got hit with a headache on Monday, so I did not stream on Monday. So I'm gonna be working on that tonight. I do have the Pomodoro timer set up for tonight because I do want to kind of lock in and focus on that. So I will have that running. I will go ahead and pull up our usual command and get that pinned. It's been a while since I've used this, to be honest. So, haha, Pomodoro, yay! But yeah. I guess feel free to chill with us, lurk, do the usual. We'll be here. But yeah. You want more model kits and statues. Just, be nice to your wallet is all I have to say. But make sure to treat yourself every once in a while. But most of all, your wallet, your bank account. Please. Speaking as someone who is frugal, more so, but will occasionally indulge. But by indulge, I mean buy $30 worth of food while eating out with friends and realizing that $30 worth of food is too much for one person. But it works out because you have ended up buying lunch for yourself for the following day in the form of leftovers. But in any case, if you multiply that and do that in bigger amounts of splurging, then you might have a much bigger problem to address. So that's all I have to say on that matter. Yeah. Okay. I don't really have any like guidance, or I don't know if I'm gonna pull up any like. I heard a yawn again. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay. I need both my technology and my body to behave as normal systems should be and not do any weird things that are interfering. Though it's a very simple request, personally speaking. But of course, things don't work out that way. Okay, I'm gonna turn off our chatting music as always. I am gonna be putting on YouTube music, and hopefully this isn't too loud. I was fighting a lot of technology as of late, so I cannot guarantee the volume or anything. Oh, this is muted. Thank you. Awesome. I was like, there's no music playing. What's happening? Okay, cool. I have my Cunty Club music playlist on right now. I'll probably change it down the line depending on how I'm feeling, but this is a good start. Let me go ahead and get the Pomodoro timer going. Wow, it's been a while since we've used this. I still need to update the CSS on this to make it match the current stream interface. Hee 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 hee. Okay. I forgot to mention also. Pomodoro timer, as always, it's a method developed in the 1980s. You do really short bursts of work with really short breaks in between, and every few work sessions you take a slightly longer break. So we do a standard timing of 25-minute work sessions with 5-minute breaks, and our longer break will be 15 minutes after every 4 Pomodoros or 4 work sessions. So as always, feel free to work with us, the usual blah blah blah. Okay, actually I might just... So it needs to be a 1920 by 1080, 16 by 9, but I need to big just... Okay, how do I do math? This is 3840. And this is 2160. Because I need this to be 16 by 9, because this is going to be the stream background that I was supposed to work on Monday if I didn't get a headache. Which was supposed to be for Tuesday, which I then postponed to next week for my sanity. Okay, so me. I hate that you can't make this go beyond 10 for whatever reason. Like, I need to be able to do a 16 by 9, y'all. And as much as I can do that with smaller numbers, it's not very nice because I need whole numbers for this aspect ratio, and I think it's the most annoying thing ever. Oh, don't rotate, buddy. Okay, thank you. Hold on, I had to make sure. Is that correct? 8. 16 by 9. 8 by 4 point. Yes. Okay. Frame. I'll start with a low resolution thumbnail frame first. And I'm trying to use my pencil more, but I am gonna actually fiddle with my pencil settings on this. I did a lot of tweaking to make this a lot more like when I draw with this, you can notice there's a lot of variation in it. And I think I might want to tone down some of this. I'm gonna tone down the brush size variation, make it 75% minimum, and then I think that might be good. I know I have some opacity working on this too. I can probably touch it up a little bit. Maybe I should change the minimum value for pen pressure. Yeah, okay. It's at 5%. Like we can definitely we can put back down the randomization again. So 65 60 no 60. You can make this 20. That should be okay. Yeah, sure. You need to learn to make Y2K core UKG. Better get to it. What's stopping you? The only person stopping you is yourself. Speaking from personal experience. Yeah, I've been struggling for like the past 2-3 weeks because I've been like doing world building writing stuff, and I've been like I had this like new idea pop into my head as I've been also figuring out renaming my world building into story. And I'm like, oh, okay, how does this like wedge into the world building and change things? Because everything is very lengthily written world history wise and all the implications from that. And so like I've been trying to like figure out how to even like start writing about it, and it's been really really difficult actually for me to like figure out how I want to like go about like writing about it. But sometimes you just need to start doing it. And I started writing something maybe last weekish or maybe this past weekend, and then I started writing, and it was like even like it was only like 2-3 sentences just to try to get my brain going, and nothing came out of it. And then I tried again last night, and I still wasn't really that happy with it. But it feels a lot more tailored. Sorry, I'm trying to look up tailored photos, so I'm also like look tailored. It feels more tailored to what I'm looking for, or to help guide me into writing. So I'm ready with my ladies. I'm gonna try not to do a super detailed background, so it might be monochrome or duochrome, depending on how much I love myself. You figured out how to make hard techno? It's this easy. Nice. Well, you have pretty good experience in making legitimate EDM, I would say. I say legitimate because in relation to myself, I make digital fusion, and that's its own hellhole of I don't need to necessarily match a genre. It's nice to match a genre, but that is not like I don't want to say goal, but Digifu is a very interesting way of seeing genres, I guess, because you mishmash genres, and a lot of people often think there's a common theme to what Digifu would sound like and stuff. There isn't really, but it definitely like unusual, I think. And I think that's why it's an interesting I guess that's why a lot of people would gravitate toward it. Um okay. I'm probably gonna do this 2D. So I'm not gonna do like perspective or anything for my sanity. So I want to draw like a counter. So this is going to be like the background we're using for the Taylor stream, and this is like really extra that I'm making a whole ass background just for this one event, which will like rarely occur because this is just like us going to the tailor because I'm updating my PNG tuber, and this is like a rare thing that would happen only like every 1 or 2 years, and I don't know why I'm doing this. um BGM is too loud. Let me decrease the music a little bit. Okay, dokes. Let me. Okay. I'll do the table. Okay, I might be a little confused working with this 16 by 9. I have to figure out how I'm gonna do the framing for the screen capture on this too. I'm gonna delete some of this and move the table a little more to the left, because I think I want to dedicate a lot more shelf view on this side. We'll have like the underside of the table here. I'll use precise rulers when I get to upscaling this, of course. Put a table leg here, so this, I'm like looking at multiple references. Obviously there's a lot of tables and stuff said about for textiles, cloths, fabrics, items brought in by people, stuff like that. I think I wanted to feel busy. Like there's a lot happening in this tailor shop. I'm not very good at backgrounds and prop yet, but I figured this is a way for me to kind of figure out how to apply tutorials and tips and tricks that I've read and absorbed more so than say learned. I think the biggest thing is that there's a lot of wall shelving, and that makes me think of like fabric stores also, which isn't entirely off from what I'd want. Should I do like vintage retro? Maybe retro. If it looks too modern of a store, it's absolutely not what we're trying to do, so I have to be mindful of that. My PC is starting to run up its fans. I think the difficulty in this is that I feel like you would expect a store that vends fabrics and stuff also would be like extraordinarily colorful, and I think that'll be one of the pains I run into as I kind of do this. So I guess I should I guess I should aim for the best best that I can, really. I really do feel like the scale of this is incorrect, and I don't know. Maybe the table should be lower. I think what would help me is what I did when I was making this new in background was I would grab a static of my PNG tuber and I would overlay it onto the thing. And this would also help me figure out perspective because I'd figure out where the horizon line would be in relationship to my PNG tuber. So I have little me over here. And we kind of just slot them into the scene to kind of figure out where I want Bonnie to sit, right? And this is kind of helpful too because it also will help me kind of think about where I'd want to put myself on the screen when we get over to the when this stream happens, right? So I position my PNG tuber here and whatnot. But this way I would think like, oh, do I want the horizon line here? Perhaps. My pencil is also really thick for the resolution I'm working at, because this is a thumbnail. But I should be mindful of that. CSP does have a perspective ruler. That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm more so talking about having my character align in a way that helps me figure out how I want to set the scene. So I have this table, for example, and I'm like, should this table be at this height? Should it not be at this height? Those sort of things. I don't know if it should be this. Yes, the ruler does show you the horizon line, but that's not. So there's a little miscommunication here. What I'm talking about, I'm specifically talking about that I have to define where I'd want the horizon line to be. And when you make the perspective ruler, you're also setting up the horizon. So the more important part is figuring out where do I want the horizon line to sit? Because as much as I have the PNG tuber here, you can kind of fidget with things and kind of choose where you'd want this horizon line to sit, because sometimes if you're like, oh, you want a low horizon, do you want a high horizon? And of course you'd want to draw the character to fit that, but in this case and scenario, designing a background, especially for stream overlays, I'm not even lowballing it, I'm not really balling it at all, but I'm making the background work in a way that fits how I'd want it for the scene. Or I'm just deciding where I want the horizon line to be. I'm not asking for the tools to do something for me because the tools don't work to do that, basically. Actually, I might want my PNG tubers to sit over here because it does change it up from me being on the right side now with the current setup. Probably do this. Do I want the table at this height? I feel like the table... table height. Probably waist-ish, right? So this probably would be correct just about. Maybe a little lower. Hi Magic, hello. Happy Wednesday to you. I hope you're doing well. Oh, what? Okay. I was like, there's a small little pop-up from something. Oh, okay. I was like, it's not going away. I'm gonna be ornate with this table design. This is only a rough sketch, so maybe I shouldn't go overboard. We'll see. I can start now. Fine. I probably want to do something like this for now. It's probably where searching up table references would help. Unfortunately, I'm not too familiar with like architectural eras. I really like these curved legs on some of these tables. It's exactly not what I'm going for. I shouldn't have closed this. Okay. No, you come back. Okay. Tonight. Tonight. This might be a multi-layered background. We'll see. Doesn't really need to be, but but just 50% because otherwise that might confuse me. Like, oh, real means there. Actually, I need to see if I need to up the sizing of this. It shifts my horizon and everything. Okay. We get 35%. Okay. I need to move some of my desk is quite small, unfortunately. It just does not help me with most things, I would say. To no one's surprise. I think the biggest thing about prop design that I haven't really tried doing yet because I don't do enough backgrounds is figuring out how to make a space feel real and alive, and that entails adding props and stuff to kind of detail what this space is about and who the space belongs to and stuff like that. I've not done any of that sort of thing enough with like prop design or whatnot, so I'm like, ugh, disgusting work I have to do, but alas. No practice now, then never. So this on thread spindles here. We probably do one that's like on its edge. Um, Oh, I sure wish I didn't have to upscale this. And like this pencil thickness at this sizing is great. Hmm. Oh, maybe I should have been a mannequin. Like reading and like looking at photos. I feel like a mannequin would also be sensible. Just the goal is to make it believable to some extent. The mannequin might have to be off to the side, like over here, honestly. Just for framing and whatnot, but alas. I think I'll do layer 2. Change the layer color so I can do this. And then we'll kind of start doing shelving in the background. So I'll start using parallel lines now. Otherwise I'm gonna get super pissed off. I think we'll start doing racks of like these fabrics and stuff that I see. Maybe we'll end this rack like here. And then we'll rotate our ruler. And then we'll do like kind of low racks, right? So maybe we'll have one here. Like shelving wise. And using this as like our bottom line. So the next one would be like here-ish. Kinda. A little more up. I can probably just liquefy or stretch this honestly for now. Go stretch your sketch. Cool. So I'll have standing racks of fabrics in here. So I'll probably have like one, like another one. And then instead of this rack being full, maybe we'll have like some of the additional ones in this rack kind of leading onto these because some of the middle ones were like removed or like perusing and stuff like that. Oh, not the timer, no. Okay, well, folks, if you've been working alongside me, you know what to do. It's time to take care of a short break because I'm not going to. Or I will after I do some additional stuff. Just let me be not nice to myself. I'm gonna save since I'm here at break time. 251015 Taylor Shop BG. Okay. While we're here on break, I'll think about what else I want to add. Probably draping fabrics on the table, and since we're not doing actual 3D perspective that will make things a little hard to show. So it'll have to be piles of like fabrics on the table, something dangling off the edge so we can see it perpendicular to our view into the space. We can add like a sewing machine, but I'd have to double check the technological timeline for sewing machines. Hello, Citrona. Thank you for being first, I guess. Happy Wednesday. What is like accurate? We are not getting a bread bar. We are not working on a bread bar. Sewing machine history. Try to find like brands I can reference. I guess it'd be easier to just be like 1980s sewing machine. Cool, these are all great references. We'll use these. You finally have a hobby that you need to save up for. What is the hobby? I mean, I feel like figurine collecting is already a hobby as it is. Acrylic stand collecting? I mean, I collect playing cards, but I guess technically because you can use the playing cards for something, whether that's playing card games or cardistry, I guess they have applicable use, but they don't have to be applicable to something. That's what the utilitarians want you to think. That's what the people trying to force you to capitalize your hobby and make them not hobbies anymore want you to think. Don't let them do that to you. My head, I can't touch that. Under pressure, body sweating, can you focus? Speaking of sewing machine, you still have the ancient family sewing machine that your grandma bought back in 1976. You have a photo so we can look at it. I'm not going to use that as a reference because I already have other references to kind of dabble on, but I'd still like to look at it anyway because it's old. That's only if you have the photo. Ah. Let's see. We'll add more stuff onto the racks. We'll put a sewing machine and some fabric sitting on the table. I will say I think the biggest thing is figuring out where to put the screen capture, so I could actually put it behind the table and have that entire space be empty behind the table, so it could be dedicated for the window capture for Clip Studio. I probably could still put like stuff there. So oh, there's my timer. So I should probably still put stuff here, but I'll have like something here to like help me work with this, I suppose. It still works, but grandma uses it as a coffee table when she's not using it, so you can't take a picture. No worries. I'll just be sad and dismayed for like a while. I don't think I have any sewing machines at all. I know my grandmother had a sewing kit, and I think we still have that after she passed, but I don't know if I don't think we've had a sewing machine specifically. Been bad. Yeah. Can't touch that. Whiplash. Whiplash. Sorry. Whiplash. 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 Wanna give me whiplash? There are definitely some older things in my household. Not like 1976 old, but I guess in terms of just things that have been around for like a while, there are definitely those exist. Sure, if stock image of the model is fine if you happen to have that. I do know that um for I have a lava lamp, and I'm pretty sure the lava lamp is from like some Las Vegas like souvenir store slash ticket exchange station and like a games area for like kids or something. But I had this, it's still here, and I don't think it's functional anymore, depending on the fluids inside. But I had a lava lamp since I was really young, and it was like it was a two tank, so there would be two tanks that are kind of wavy. So they'd interlock against each other because they're slightly wavy, but they'd fit into the socket where obviously the light turns on and warms it up. Um, but essentially because there's like two tall tanks like that, they'd both be slightly different colors and stuff. Um, Let me take a look in scrapbook. Oh. Okay, that's definitely one of the like. What I don't want to say well known, but definitely like that is like a pretty recognizable style of like vintage retro, I guess, for a sewing machine. That's cool. How many racks of fabric were taken off this? Oh, they're just kind of like doing fuck all for this. Completely mechanical. Whoa, interesting. I've never really, I don't really know anything about like sewing or anything. If I had the right push in middle school, I probably could have taken a home economics class and maybe have learned how to like sew or something. But no, it's an optional class, of course, as is most electives. And I was already kind of tied down by the fact that I did musical theater slash drama in middle school, which I don't want to say I regretted it. I I think regret is not an accurate word for how I feel towards my days of musical theater and drama in middle school. I'm pretty sure I didn't take a VPA elective in 8th grade after all of that. I'm pretty sure my quote unquote elective at that point was like getting started on my foreign language, like like early in advance, essentially. I think we'll return to the table really quick, or we'll do a new on table stuff, and I'll start labeling. Sorry, I'm pretty sure we were talking about stuff, and I immediately don't remember what we were talking about or what I was blabbering about. We'll have to use sliding to make this seem like it's diagonally rotated. It got repainted and you have to replace the string that connects the flywheel and the sewing wheel. I guess that would make sense, right? Considering it's been around for so long too. 1976. Oh, this does go all the way over this way, right? I think I should make this a little uneven, like on the stack. To help with that. And then we'll have like, probably just like a cloth that's been sitting on this table and it's gonna like dangle over the edge like this. Like so. And I'm gonna rotate this so it's not like... the tangent is here to haunt me. Okay, hold on. Oh, we were talking about home ec and school classes and stuff. I feel like there were so many classes I would have loved to take throughout my secondary education. Cooking classes would have been very fun in high school, I'm just saying. I almost ended up taking like a law class or something only because I forgot what it was. I think like figuring like my schedule got like fucked up or something for like in my later years, and then they like had to like figure out what electives were given to me, and then I got shoved into, I think it was like some sort of legal or law related one. I don't remember. I think the instructor was like, I don't think you like fit this class. Go back to your counselor so you can figure out a better like business or career elective, because I think this will not work for you. And I was like, oh, okay. I think it was like forensics or something. I don't know, but it was like, for some reason, I guess I just gave off the vibe that I was like, I don't know what this class is. Which, thank you, because I ended up doing a graphics communication class, which is just basically using Adobe programs for like Photoshop and Illustrator and whatnot, which is like, okay, sure. I think there's also like all the musical or like all the VPA ones also. I did take like an art class, I do remember, for funsies. I will say working with acrylic paints, never my favorite thing. Watercolors, chef's kiss. I love watercolor paints. Acrylics, hell no. Charcoal was pretty fun. Pencils and color pencils. Oh, I loved working with color pencils. Learning how to layer properly with color pencils was like crazy, honestly. What if I just put like a random rock on here? That's the cloth weight. You're gonna try to save up every month so you can buy a figure or model kit every 1 or 2 months. Nice. Awesome. I still haven't bought like a new playing card deck for myself. I've been planning on doing so. I was hoping I'd be able to buy another one before the end of the year. I have quite a few that I have. I have like a list of like 7 that I was like, ooh, I'm gonna like do this, buy one of these at some point. So I'm like pacing myself and stuff like that. Wait, I have a bicycle fuchsia back? This is more just like pink, almost hot pink. It could be wrong. No, someone says it's hot pink. This is not like a fuchsia. I would love like a magenta, like a like a darker magenta, but I forgot I need to get replace the battery in my wireless mouse. And beeping red, and I don't notice it because the place where it beeps red is usually where my hand is covering it. I can notice it now because I'm using my tablet more so. Okay, what else? The sewing machine, I guess? These are kind of blocking shapes, so I kind of just need to like use the shape. Should I put it on the shelf, maybe? Let's put it on the higher shelf. You're going up here, buddy. If this is not safe for you, I'm so sorry. It's the 1980s, give or take 50 years. OSHA... Does OSHA apply for shelving? This is a fabric store. Well... OSHA. This is not America. Oh, the OSHA Act was signed into law in 1970. Did electric sewing machine exist in the 1980s? Yes. Unless this is not electric, but I'm staring at this and I'm like, okay. I mean, I could entirely be wrong. It's not like I know anything about sewing machines, but I'm looking at this thing. You. A Singer 290. Let's see if I can get some information on this company. Singer Corporation. Well, they of course, Singer was around for quite a while, founded in 1851, so of course they had actual foot-powered sewing machines. Oh, I'm not trying to reorder my channels, please. I would go on a deep dive right now, but I feel like I shouldn't. We all know what happens when I get on a deep dive. I get distracted. That is quite literally distraction. I mustn't let myself... How big should a sewing machine be? Hold on. La 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 la. Ooh, negative space. Ooh. Oh yeah, negative space. Ooh. I mean, we could do a deep dive on sewing machines if you want. Ooh, negative space, don't fail me. I don't know if this is like too big or too small. There's something happening here. I have no idea what... A lot of stuff happening on this. Okay. YouTube music. I'm listening to music. Don't be an ass. Hi, Rach. Hello. Thank you for getting your stamp. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Do a little turning dial here. Hello, you're tired, you're looking for someplace to fall asleep. Oh, okay. Well, fortunately, we are doing art tonight, so I'm sure this will be a great place for you to fall asleep unless something happens and things get chaotic. And of course, I cannot ever guarantee that the vibes will ever stay stagnant and static here. Things are always chaotic here. Unpredictable. I hope you've been well. I'm really gonna search up person holding sewing machine. Please show me a photo of someone holding a sewing machine in their arms. This photo. Never mind. I think the size is accurate enough. Cool. Good job, me. Awesome. Go over here. I'm gonna move the table over. I want to put a pin cushion. Oh. Go, almighty pincushion. Go here. Tomato. Hmm. Okay, what else should we add for this? Oh, the mannequin. I said I'd add a mannequin. Okay. Mannequin. I love it when I can't immediately tell what song is playing, so I have to like listen for a bit and be like, what is happening? What am I listening to? And then it starts, so some recognizable melody or voice comes in, and you're like, ah, okay. Toblo, I like you. Also, I think I just remembered, I think there's a new point reward. I don't know why I say I think, I'm pretty sure I added it. We now officially have the sultry words point reward for 1200 to start to boot. So if you would like, not a compliment, but sultry voice praising, which I guess is compliments, but in a different manner, then we now officially have this point reward because I don't know, I think it's funny. So if you would like sultry voice, which I have done like maybe like once or twice, maybe a handful of times on stream as of late this year, this is your chance to get sultry voice. I need to move this pincushion over, I just realized. The pincushion. I'll just put it on top of this, which I think is like not good practice, if I'm being honest. So hold on. So I need to move these spindles onto the stuff layer. La that. Very good. Oh, Okay, do you want... Okay, is there anything... Am I supposed to praise you? You know, I didn't realize... I think I actively remember not putting any sort of cooldown. I didn't realize that I would probably regret not putting a cooldown until now. Okay. Hold on, just give me a moment, folks. Give me a moment. Man, immediately regrets having this point reward and mentioning it. Well, um... I'm trying to think of like what to praise you for, but well, I guess... Wait, sorry, I just saw that you have Von Lycon acrylic stand. Sorry, I'm so distracted. Well, Kremeset, I just wanted to say I think you're doing a very good job saving up, although you haven't told me how much you've been saving up. Just keep it up. I'm sure you'll reward yourself very nicely after 1 or 2 months with some sort of figurine. And then... It feels weird because I'm also like speaking in a lower, more low-key voice right now because I'm trying to like lock in also, so I feel like sultry words is not as impactful right now, so I do apologize for that. But anyway, I guess I also have to praise Rage for hopefully being good and going to sleep on time. Hopefully your time here with our K-pop and me accidentally banging my glasses into my mic, that doesn't wake you up a little bit. I hope you can fall asleep to the stream and perhaps have nice dreams as well. If not, then I don't really have anything to say to that. I'm sorry. But I'm sure you've all been very good. So make sure to sit back and relax. Okay, but... Maybe I'm just not good at sultry words when I actually have to do it on the spot. Anyway, embarrassed now. Okay. You were very good at it. Thank you. Maybe I'll get better, even more good, better. More good, better the more I do it. That does not mean redeem it more. Please. I'm shy. Hi, Michaela. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Oh, hydrate. I have a few more seconds on my Pomodoro. I'll hydrate very soon. Okay, good thing I have this over here. I'll just like... What does the mannequin look like? I could have been telling you a recipe for something and it could have been great. Oh, thank you. Oh, how nice. Okay, I'll hydrate and stretch now. Well, I guess if anyone else has any points they want to redeem and wants me to recite a recipe in my sultry ASMR-esque voice, which I don't think is very good for ASMR, then you can do so. You want the... Why, I was kidding. Your channel points. I need to put limits on that. You could share your grandma's banana chocolate chip muffin recipe. I don't think I should be saying that in sultry voice, but it would be nice to hear about Michaela. Also, thank you for the hand stretchies. I have been talking about in the past 2 weeks-ish about how I had some pretty bad wrist pain. a while ago. And so I'm a lot more not intuitive, perceptive, not perceptive, aware. I remember a lot better now to do just general hand and wrist exercises right now. But thank you for the reminders, especially because I lock in a lot when I'm doing work and I do forget to do stretches now. Or when I do stretches, especially when I'm locked in. Paradise, yeah, yeah, I'm lost, but I like it. Do you have any particular recipes you'd like me to say in a low voice range to help you fall asleep, I guess? Otherwise, I guess I'll have to look one up. Um, I could look up some of the recipes that I could be planning for meal prep. I only have one right now, and it's mainly mushroom risotto because I haven't made mushroom risotto in quite a few years, in like half a decade, and I've been wanting to make mushroom risotto again for meal prepping. So that might be my focus for next meal prep session. And then after that, I got inspired in one of the fandom servers I'm in, or I guess more indie game community server. Um, and we were talking about like cornbread and like chili and bacon soup, and I was like, ooh, if I can get cornbread from my local grocery store, then heck yeah. Oh, cornbread. Oh, I love you, cornbread. Okay. Anyway, let me find a mushroom risotto recipe. I'll just pull up like a random one. I do not do mushroom risotto with peas, just for the record. Sure, we'll do this one. So we'll have some additional sultry words for Rage, who wanted a little more, and hopefully the bell doesn't ring ring out too early. This is a recipe for mushroom risotto from simplyrecipes.com. I'm sure if you need a delicious, scrumptious, creamy recipe, then I'm sure this mushroom risotto will surely satisfy those cravings. For the ingredients you'll need chicken stock, butter, flavorful mushrooms like shiitake or chanterelle, oyster mushrooms as well. Maybe you'll need some minced shallot or yellow onion. Although I don't think I've heard of yellow onions, although I could be stupid right now. You'll need a particular rice for risotto. Usually rices like jasmine don't usually do for something like risotto. You'll need some sort of alcohol like brandy, vermouth, or a simple dry white wine. Some freshly grated Parmesan cheese, some thyme leaves, ground black pepper, and some parsley or chives for decor. Do I have to read this whole recipe out in sultry voice? Okay. I'll do it from memory, really, because I've made this quite a few times, but mushroom risotto is just like cooking rice, but you're manually watching over the rice. The biggest thing that you'll start by doing is cooking the mushrooms first to help get those aromas out from the mushrooms and that nice butter and that alcohol that you're using. I'm gonna wait because the bell's about to ring. And there it is. Once you have your mushrooms and rice nicely toasted in that butter, ooh, that delicious butter, now starts the process where you make the actual rice of the risotto. So just like how you put water with your rice, you're going to be slowly scooping in chicken stock or even vegetable stock if perhaps you'd like a more vegetarian or even vegan friendly mushroom risotto. Mind you, the butter doesn't make it very vegan friendly, but I'm sure you, being such a smart person, could figure out a nice substitution for that. Anyway, you're gonna slowly scoop in your stock of choice, let it boil out as it absorbs into the rice, and slowly scoop in cup by cup more stock until you have a nice, creamy, rich risotto. I would recommend you make some sort of protein on the side, perhaps a freshly pan-fried lemon salmon fillet. I didn't do that in college, so don't make a mistake like me and not have a nice, delicious protein with your risotto. Make a salmon, and I'm very glad I said that because I probably would forget to buy a salmon fillet to have as a protein with my risotto once I do meal prep next. Yes. I hope you enjoyed. Um, Very nice refresher on how to make mushroom risotto, or learning time if you haven't made mushroom risotto yourself. Um, it's honestly not hard except for the fact that you have to slave over a stove. Or sorry, better wording. You have to sweat over a stove for like literally 20 to 30 minutes is really how it works for most risottos, really, because you're really slowly pouring in whatever stock to slowly absorb into the rice. It's like really like the most annoying thing about it. How do you draw a mannequin? Hold on. Mannequin. I believe you're in my personal Discord server, right? Pardon me. If I can remember, hopefully after stream, um, hopefully I can pull up the recipe that I got my risotto recipe from, or the website that I got my risotto recipe from. I think it's like, I just remember the recipe's called like creamy mushroom risotto or something. It's a really simple title. I just don't remember exactly what website it is, but all the recipes are pretty similar like that. But I'll be able to get you, I should be able to ping you my server with that recipe, hopefully if I remember after stream. You love the Little John what sample so much? Yeah. Recognizing samples and stuff in the wild from music, it's like so fun. I had it recently. I don't remember. I think I was like, there's like not K-pop. I think it was a Western pop song, and I recognized a melody in it, and I was like, this is interpolated in a K-pop song. You should probably go to bed now. Oh, you should. Thank you for chilling with us, Rage. I hope you have nice sleep and very lovely dreams. I give you 4 head kisses, of course. Mwah, 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 mwah. Okay. Honestly, I feel like drawing mannequins is kind of hard. I don't know why. But maybe it's because I haven't drawn humans in like a hot while. I don't know. Just draw a blank face. A blank face, Bonnie. Watching anime sound effects compilation video and recognizing almost half of the sample pack that they use for those effects. They definitely still reuse. I feel like they still use a lot of classic anime sound effects. I hear them a lot in like K-pop variety shows especially, and I'm like the horn is like "Meow." And it's like, wow, I remember this from like, I don't know Gunso specifically, but wow. I'm not too familiar with a lot of like sample packs, unfortunately. Okay, go Bonnie, draw mannequin. Just draw the mannequin. It can literally be boxy, and it would be perfect because it's a mannequin. It's going to be off, like partially off the screen too, so it's not like I need to like be proper with this. Virtual Riot heavy base design is used a lot. Oh. You'd have to like share a video or something that like showcases the like samples, because I probably have to listen in order to like to like see if I recognize them. I think the only sample packs, or I wouldn't even know the sample packs, but I'm pretty well familiar with like Cashmere because a lot of his sample packs are used in like um are used a lot in K-pop, and I'm like, oh wow, like you'll see K-pop samples used in K-pop, and like at least 60, 70, 80% of the videos like Cashmere sample pack, Cashmere sample pack, and it's like wow. Big butt on the mannequin. Sorry, I was like, I should be flipping my canvas. I just realized. Oopsies. Turn the music up. Move like that. Hey Google, can you like give me a mannequin standing at 3/4, please? Maybe. I guess I could just stand normally. I don't need to draw the full mannequin. I don't need to draw the full mannequin. I say as I draw most of the mannequin, even though it's going to be cropped off here. I swear some days I'm like very good at yeah, a lot better with like I've gotten a lot better with drawing full bodies, but I swear some days I'm like okay with drawing full bodies, and other days I'm like, ooh, this looks bad, and I want to cry. So I switched to my brush back, which is also okay for sketching, really. Bigger butt on the mannequin. Sorry, I guess we're doing it now. Big booty mannequins in your area. I do not expect to finish this background during the stream, just mind you, which means you will probably get to see the final product the next time, or the next time you'll see this will probably be the stream when this is like showcased in the actual Taylor stream. Hee hee hoo. I'm moving over here now. Go, my mannequin, go! I should draw the arm to be realistic. I don't wanna. It is only me that can let this or that happen or not. I must draw the arm. Good thing it's going to be cropped out anyway, for the most part. Unless I draw the full thing so it can be moved around. Moving mannequin in my tailor shop. I think the mannequin should maybe be behind the table. Actually, hey. Cool. We'll just have the hand strategically placed. Easy. Should my mannequin have ears? No. Although it would be nice to make this mannequin not like an ape human, given my world building, but on my air, you take my breath away. What would mannequins look like for other animals? Is the question we are now answering with this. Probably not that particularly distinct, honestly, because they are mannequins. I swear, I cannot draw cats for the life of me for whatever reason. This neck is so long. Hold on. Boop. I think the mannequin should be fine here. I don't know if maybe the screen capture should just go over the mannequin. I didn't realize this song fades out. That's interesting. I feel like I should put stuff... I did say I feel like I should put stuff on the wall here. Ugh. Okay. Uh, yeah, or I guess we can call this BG instead of shelving. Do like hanging clothes. Yes, thank goodness we have this reference of my PNG tuber here so I can figure out the sizing of everything. Hello, Troy. Troy Sivan. Gay song, jump scare. He didn't make any music after this. Like, what has he been up to? He has not like appeared in my radar. This is like from 2023 for the record. Discography. That's not. He apparently appeared in the Sweat Tour. Charlie XCX. Okay. Yeah, sure. Probably busy with other stuff. I don't think music is like his main focus, it seems. Take 1, 2, 3, take all of me so good. Meow, 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 meow. Heartbeat racing. Can you reduce the slant, the shoulder? Be a little more reasonable here. How would these be hanging on the wall? Clothing hanging on wall. I don't know why I'm searching that up. In store. Retro. I'm gonna change up our playlists also. What do I have? Dragon Blast. Why do we do our zoo playlist? Listen to animal stuff. Like this. Okay, cool. Enjoy, I guess. Put the sleeve out. There we go. I do need to remember for the next, I think for next week's Monday, mess around Monday, I do want to do the VTuber SummerSlam headshots that I do. Oh, I only have to do 3, but I do want to make sure I get those done, so I'm slowly chugging through my other milestones, and then eventually, not this Saturday, but eventually one of the upcoming Saturdays, maybe as we approach the end of October, I do want to play mouthwashing, because that is most likely the game we'll be doing for the horror game playthrough that is also part of the VTuber SummerSlam milestones. One, two, three. of your night, you'll hear flamingo. If you're multicolored, that's cool too. It's always been the same. Why does this song make you remember Single Lady? Where am I? This one. I wanted to lower the table a little bit. If you're multicolored, that's cool too. You don't need to change. It's boring, be the same flamenco. Why are the instrumental and vocal of that song in two different keys in Single Lady? In Single Lady. You know, I don't know. I haven't listened to Single Lady in like forever also, so I don't think I've ever heard the full song either, so I don't really know what you're talking about. So I'm gonna play it next because I'm very confused as to what you mean. Okay, let's take a listen because I don't know what you mean. Hee hee. Listening to this instrumental is confusing me. I've never really closely listened to the song. Wait, I think I know what section you might be talking about when it's in two different keys, but this is really weird to listen to right now. Well, I don't know actually anymore. Is it? I can't. I think that specific section when you have the ads going, I think it sounds a little dissonant. But I can't tell otherwise. Hi Nikki, thank you for Control S and hydrate. I can do that right now. Okay, something's happening here musically though. What is happening? What is happening in this bridge? Uh... Okay, cool. Break time. Awesome. Time for us to keep analyzing the song. I hope you're doing well, Nikki. Hello. I hope you're feeling okay. I think you mentioned you were like sick a while back. Oh, you want compliments? Oh, okay. You're still sick? Oh, drink more water. Vitamin C. Chug it. Orange juice. If you all don't know, Kitty Ert, aka Nikki, is a good friendo of mine, amazing artist, a very awesome business owner manager. Is that the right term? They're very knowledgeable in business stuff because they've been freelancing for a hot while and taking care of their own art business, and even more so than that, running a cool multi-year event that isn't happening this year, but because they need a break, but Nikki has been running the Halloween party event to allow other artists, whether friends or not, to get some experience in like selling their own merch and stuff. Thanks to Nikki's super cool business experience in freelancing and selling their own merch and stuff. Um, Nikki is very cool, very awesome in that regard. Strong, sexy, um, very strong-willed individual. Um, very nice. Um, sorry, I think I lost all of my words because I had to do so many sultry words earlier because I mentioned that was a thing. Um, Nikki's very compassionate, cares about others too. Um, should also make sure to leave time and room for themselves because that's also very important as much as it's nice to also care about others. Um, Nikki is just very cool. Yeah. And to end the compliment off, as I always traditionally do, get wrecked nerd. um, yeah. I did see what you mean, Cremoset, on the page. The verses are in E major. The piece modulates to E mixolydian for the chorus and E minor for the bridge. Uh, I guess it's because there's a lot of key mixtures in it that I guess it gets confusing. Is she also singing in E minor? Is she singing in E minor for most of the verses and chorus though? If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Is it not a major? If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. If you like, na 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 na. Sorry, trying to sing this while K-pop is also blasting my ears is a little hard. um, I will definitely make sure to join next year, and I will make sure to not forget the main stickers that I'm supposed to make, like I did last year. Oopsies, teehee. Really me. I think that was like the biggest poopy doopy scoopy I made last year. Which it was also my first year doing it, and I was like, "Oh, what's happening? Oh, VTuber SummerSlam and Art Fight also." Oh. So I kind of have myself to blame, but you know, I think we should just agree that I'm about to say Elden Rings for single lady. Single ladies is weird musically. I guess I can definitely see why it's like, hold on, let's see. Rolling Stone ranked it at number 228 on their list of 500 greatest songs of all time. Is it too much to say? Maybe I don't really enjoy the song that much. Is that too much to maybe admit? Is this too hot of a take to say? I just, I just, I just, Mm. I don't know what to say. Trying to figure out what else to put on this wall. Um, but I don't know. I mean, it's not like I've ever thought like I like single ladies, but I've never thought of it as like a song that I like hate or anything. Like it's just I know it existed and I know it's like an iconic song, but I've never really like this is the first time I've probably fully listened to it, and I probably don't know if I like it. I can very well respect a song that does a lot of musical changes. Heck, I enjoy NMix. That's like the like mm. And there are a lot of other songs that do that sort of thing too. I don't know. I don't know. I just thought maybe is it for me, and people have their genre preferences, and I don't think Single Ladies hits like that particular genre preference that I have. You know, like I can't like groove to it like the way I like to groove, and maybe that's why I don't like the song. Ooh. I also don't know how I feel about like the instrumental. Hi Chippy, hello. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. We're drawing. We're talking about music. We just listened to Single Ladies because we're talking. One of our lovely travelers was talking about how the vocals and the instrumental are in different keys. So we listened to it, and I've never fully listened to the song until like now. I, I don't think I like the song that much. Now that I've done like a full listen to it. I don't think I like the instrumental either, which is a lot to say considering uh, I can't pinpoint what about it is so off to me. I listen to K-pop and J-pop for Pete's sake, so there's something else clearly happening here that makes me like, uh, mm, mm, I don't know who produced this. Mm, I don't know. I think it's fun for like the hook, like I'm a single lady, but like and the entire song holistically, aside from that, is like, mm, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know. I guess mm, I should I mean I shouldn't like force myself to like it, you know, of course. But I'm like, oh, you know, huh. Like I don't think it's like the key changes necessarily, but maybe it is the key changes or something about the key changes that makes it sound a little dissonant to me. But I think it's just the instrumental in general that's like, oh, I don't know. Which I guess is like kind of in line with why sometimes I'm mad at like songs that are put out today in K-pop and stuff because I'm like, oh, where's like my instrumental break? Or like I like the instrumental intro and outro, you know? Just I like to enjoy the instrumental and listen to it go places. So if I don't get enough of that or hear enough of the instrumental, I'm kind of like, disappointed, you know? I think that's what it is. You partic in a flower, so everything I'm talking about is extra captivating. Don't mind you if you just zone out and lurk. No worries, Chimpy. Thank you for stopping by and chilling with us. I'm glad you find my talk of me not liking single ladies very interesting. I keep... Okay, hold on. To sink out. Da 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 ya. Da 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 da. Like Mamba. 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 Oh, oh, oh. I like how you worded as you partook in a flower. Very cool, very awesome. Very shrewd of you. Very interesting usage of words. Monochrome, two colors, 이건 evolution. I guess I could just put another shirt over her green, or like a dress, a skirt. Remember. Being hit by the yawns again. I was gonna do like a dress sort of thing. This is assuming I even know how to draw like a dress. You sometimes have a way with words while other times... I understand that. I feel like my ability to describe things has weakened. Or I don't know if it's weakened, but maybe I've overloaded my brain that my brain gets really caught up on figuring out how to describe things as succinctly as possible. That makes it difficult for me to portray things as effectively as I could, I guess, because I'm trying to both simultaneously explain things as succinctly and as concisely as possible, which could result in me using words like candid and frank and laconic and brave and succinct and stuff like that. And I'm using all these words, and then this is conflicting with me also trying to make my portrayal or my communication accessible and like language and usage of my certain diction that I'm using to not like present my stuff as too difficult to understand, essentially. I think the travelers will notice this like a lot on like stream. Like I'll definitely like have times where I'm like, oh, I have to like take a moment to figure out what words I need, and it's not that. A lot of the times now, it's not that I'm trying to pull punches. People who know me know I do not pull the punches. I will be mean and blunt, but not in like a genuine mean way. I am a bitch, not an asshole. I think is the way Citrono worded it to me once, and I really vibrate. I really resonate with that. I am a bitch, not an asshole. There is a difference. But it is not that I am trying to pull punches. It is whenever I'm trying to look for the words, it is specifically because I genuinely do not know how to word certain things because of those two concepts, and also sometimes I have a visual conceptualization of what I'm thinking about, but not like words to define it. It's like I have like this picture, this canvas, I have this, but I need to figure out how to turn this into words, you know, like making the alt text for the things I visualize essentially. And it's tough because sometimes you need like very, very, very precise language and stuff like that. Talking about bug snacks. It's bug snacks. Actually, I'll not do the pants before this looks like someone being hanged or something. Can I move this over enough? Scoop. Imagine if Pokemon released a life-size Meowscarada plushie. I think you're saying that you want a life-size Meowscarada plushie. I think that's what you're trying to tell us here. They already made a life-size Gardevoir and Lucario. Yes, they did. So you're telling me you want Meowscarada. Ba, 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 ba. That happens to you mostly whenever you write a story concept and then try to build a story around the concept and work on it. You're high enough to know you lost your train of thought. Oh, I relate to that especially right now. I've been like doing more world building writing as of late. Well, I'm always doing world building writing, but in the past few weeks, I'm trying to like figure out a new concept to incorporate and stuff. But I haven't been able to figure out, like, I'm like visualizing scenes and stuff, but I can't like figure out the way to write it into the world building and stuff. And I'm like, I've been at a loss on that. And I'm like, I'm trying to like return, not like to the roots, but like trying to approach it in a way that makes sense and like doing like I try to do I stopped doing it because I got tired of it, but like doing like approaching it diegetically, so thinking about how it would be described or learned about within the world by people trying to study said thing. And I think trying to do that is hopefully going to help me out. Ba, 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 ba. I'm a queen like a lion. Ba, ba, ba. Mind you, I still have not Sorry, I was like zoning out listening to music also. I have not finished writing said thing that I was adding to my world building, so it is still an issue that I'm working on right now. Hee hee hoo hoo. Doop-a-doop-a-doo-da-da, doop-a-doop-a-doo-da-da. More than just a fantasy. Why didn't I sing this for karaoke? My heart skips a beat when you walk in the room. I go boom, boom, boom. You go zoom, zoom, zoom. Play toy lover, my friend. I wanna be with you until the end. Make you see it's true. I'm so confused, baby, can't you see? Please come rescue me. Doop-a-doop-a-doo-da-da, doop-a-doop-a-doo-da-da. Oh, whoa, oh, whoa. Oh, whoa, oh, whoa. I start to cry when you walk out the door. You go bye, bye, bye. I go why? Waiting for you. Come back and tell me I love you. Oop. You're weird when you write your stories. You end up imagining it like a movie, and as you watch the movie, you take notes of it and fill in the visual details I see. Oh, interesting. If I ever want to give your stories a read, you'll send me the Google Docs for them, and if I ever need a second brain for world building, you're here to bounce ideas. Thank you. I appreciate it. I would love to learn more about your world building. I'm always a fan of learning about other people's world buildings and like the OCs that dwell in them. Considering how crazy mine are and how much there are with those. More than just a fantasy. Doop-a-doop-a-doo-da-da. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I was looking at multiple references for this blouse dress top, and that is my fault for trying to do a modern slash traditional Cambodian dress top for women while looking at multiple references because I was going back and forth between something that would look fine being on a hanger and then something that was on a mannequin set, and now I'm like, I think we'll just do a short sleeve instead. Oopsie, see. I haven't drawn most of these very much either, so this is a little unusual for me to draw, or I'm not too familiar with it, or so. Unfortunately, it appears the snatched waist is a thing for these, so I do have to like confirm those. Wishing to see. Stay away from me. I think that's pretty good. I don't want to fill out the shells more. And then later this week I can do the off-stream stuff, right? Upscale this and get everything ready for next Tuesday. I don't need to color them too crazily. I just need to remind myself that. So I can still like add rainbows and stuff, but I should still like keep it all within like a close color, you know? Like I'll have the full color wheel, but like here, I can actually screenshot this. Like, or should I put like I don't think I can get like a cube, but you know, like we'll have this. Here's the color thing. Wow, color. Wow. Ooh, ah. I'm gonna stretch this really quick so you'll get the gist of this, what I'm talking about. So I don't want it to be like this crazy colorful, so what I'm going to do is like Wee. Oh, ooh, ooh, wee. Oh, ooh. But usually what we do is we take like a color and we'd like overlay it on top like so, and then we kind of lower the opacity and that sort of thing. And the more you do this color theory wise, the more used you get to making color palettes that do this sort of thing. Stuff like this to kind of bring it together. So I had to figure out what color I want the overall background to be and then work from there really. You somehow accrued either by creation or adoption 50 OCs, 50, and slowly working on building it all bit by bits and pieces. Holy moly. I'm very slowly, I'm very, very, very slowly getting there as I build out my world more and actually think about the factions that exist in my world. But it's a very slow process because I have to draw everyone and I'm kind of like, Yeah, I think a lot of people often will do that when it comes to consolidating their color palettes and stuff like that, and I think it's a very helpful thing to do, especially if you want to figure out how to make your colors cohesive. Again, as you get more familiar with color theory and how colors work and stuff, you can kind of start eyeballing it. So whenever I do my color picking and stuff, I'm always eyeballing it, but I'm always choosing warmer palettes and stuff by default because I'm just used to that now with my art style. But you can really easily color pick that sort of thing once you get the hang of how colors react. So like for example, like for green, I'm never really going fully into the green and hue. I'm always staying close to yellow and I do kind of low saturation. And this is technically my green. And this is very like more of like a chartreuse or neon yellow, right? But this is actually like the greens I like to use. Anything in the blue, you want to like low saturation it. This is how I get a blue, that sort of thing. And of course, every artist will have their own kind of way of tackling that, I will say. Their own preferred method of doing colors. So obviously, if you want to like overlay a color to like unify the colors, I think that's perfectly fine. Just make sure you know how, if you need to use blending modes and stuff. Because I think understanding how your blending modes will interact with stuff will also help you understand if your colors are changing or not. Maybe I should put like a giant spindle here. Go, giant spindle. Was it because I saw this photo for a historical tailor shop or something, and there's like a giant spindle, I think, or it was like very tall, and I was like, oh, okay. Okay, back to looking at references, because I need to figure out what else to put as like props and stuff. Filling up the space is really hard. I'm not used to doing it just enough yet. And I feel like classes for like doing backgrounds and stuff would really help. Like environment design especially. Specifically, I believe it is called environment design. I think it definitely is just like a matter of doing your research to figure out what to add. Oh, long break time. I think it really is just a matter of figuring out the kind of stuff you need to add during your research to see what kind of things would exist in this space relevant to what you're trying to achieve. Seems to be random like tins and stuff. And I know the alarm just rang for me to do my long break. Just give me a moment, please. I think I'll put a box over here. We'll put like a smaller box on top. This would be a circular box, but we can't see because this is a totally flat, no perspective type dealio that we're doing here. Before you forget, you got a new printer earlier, so sticker making is a go. Nice! Hooray! Once you get back designs from the artists you're working with, you want to eventually send me stickers and vinyl packs if I'm okay with that. Oh, it's very kind of you. Yeah, we can figure something out for that. For sure. Your acrylic standee shelf is so full of gayness. Yeah? Are you a... Is that you, you gay little cat with your gay little meow meows on your little acrylic standee shelf? Actually, I wanted to buy a more Zenless merch of Billy Kid because I noticed at one of the stores I occasionally go to that has like MiHoYo merch. I was like, oh, there's a lot more like Zenless merch, and they have specific stuff for like the Mindscape cinemas, and I was like, oh, I had to resist. So right now I've been resisting, but I think the next time if I visit that store, the next time I think I will have to buy it. I can build up my Billy shrine. Like a ribbon here. I don't know how to draw a ribbon. We're gonna try our best. Okay, I should take break because it is long break, so I do want to keep going after this long break though, just to make sure we hit the 3 hours of stream. So hang in there with us. I think we might be able to do a color rough on the sizing, and then from there I'll be able to take off from there to do it off stream and finish up. I think I've been doing some good. I think I've been getting better with background work a little bit. I think especially with my recent work for the maid and butler cafe that I do design work for. I haven't done any background work for the upcoming pop-up that we have, but for our summer nights pop-up, I definitely was able to do a lot of um a lot of background work with that. So definitely had that knowledge in my belt. Hee hee hoo hoo. Yippee. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, maybe I should put like boxes and stuff like under the table too, like under table storage. Like I wanted to feel really busy, like almost messy. I try not to overwhelm, you know? I think that's like figuring that out is going to be an interesting dilemma. Meow, 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 meow. Colors in the sky. Ba, 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 ba. I feel like I should do something while we're here chilling. Let me close some of these tabs if I can. Yes, I need my samurai. Butterfly. Blue. In the sky. um, Actually, can I just... Let's do some online Minesweeper. The knockoff toy song, yeah. Pretty much. I wonder if I can do intermediate Minesweeper puzzle on the site in time. Okay, we're gonna do Minesweeper. Oh my god, please. Oh my dudes. Oh, okay. Okay. They usually say, yeah, third time's usually the charm. Christ almighty, okay. Let's get some of these corner mines marked. JK, why are we on Minesweeper? Because it's break time! And I like Minesweeper. Minesweeper's fun. Logic puzzles. If I don't train my brain, I'll go mushy. I'm getting old. I have to train my old brain. Okay, okay, not bad. 4-3 in a row. Good old Minesweeper. Okay. I'm sure we'll figure that out. I'm not too familiar with some of the more intermediate logic that you can use to figure things out in this. Hehe, I'm just a casual player. For fun logic training. This in Sudoku, for sure. There should be 4. Okay. Oh my lord. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's all clear. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. This already has 2. Already has 1. Okay. 2. What? Okay. 2. That's already cleared. This already has 2 next to it. This it's gonna be this one. This one's gonna be this one. How much time do I have left? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, They're all clear. Okay. Okay. Uh, hmm. Hmm. 2, awesome. Okay. This bottom section is gonna be interesting. This is clear. This is also clear. This is not. 1, 2. This should all be clear. Jesus Christ, my dude. Okay. These should all be clear. This should also be clear. This already has 2, so this is also clear. 1, 2, 3. 3. Okay, this is getting a little annoying. I think this would be a great time for me to know that intermediate logic, because I don't know what to do here. Uh-oh. How much time do I have? 4 minutes. Okay, 4 minutes to see if I'm smart enough to find these last 9 mines. Uh... Uh... Hmm. So there can't be one here because it would satisfy this, but this one wouldn't be able to be selected. So one of these has to be clear, which means this should be a mine. It just can't be here, right? Oh, it could. It, logic hard. Because it can't be. Oh, or it can't be here. As in, there could be a mine here, but then this other mine would have to be over here. Or it's here. And then these three other street spaces are clear. Okay. What if we just click somewhere random and hope I don't hit a mine? I... Okay, I guess if we look at this three, they're either or because of this one. This one has to be a mine. We could say it's like this. So this would confirm this one and this one. This one has to be here. But then that wouldn't make sense because this still needs a third mine. So this should be a mine. This should not. JK. New. Eh. I'm training my logic playing this. I'm gonna go to beginner mode because I'm baby. Eh. 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 Okay. Okay. Uh. Wait. 1, 2, 3. 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yippee! Okay. Okay. We can go back to art soon. Goodbye, Minesweeper. Alrighty. I think only one more Pomodoro actually. Only one more Pomodoro and then we'll have the end stream. I better make it count. I'm gonna label these as box because I know very well that I'm not gonna remember that these are boxes, and I feel like this may be bad practice. We'll see. Oh, YouTube music, how dare you? I think it works as long as they have it minimized, like the player on the site minimized on YouTube music. The top of the box, we'll do like slightly ajar. Da, 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 da. Like swan, swan, swan. Packing tape. I'm gonna upscale it again. I definitely just want this situated here so it's not like aligned with the clothing on the wall. Which, if I wanted to be really serious, we can... maybe this one. I'd lower this one. For variety. Okay, back to looking at more references to figure this out. I guess hanging on wall, I guess we can put like a photo frame somewhere, maybe? It's kind of like fit together, like jigsaw pieces. How nice. What is this? Oh, is this banana allergy monkey? I'll probably just do like a projector screen that drops down from here. And then who knows what'll be in this photo frame. I don't. Okay, back to the back shelves. A store visit to Off the Beaten Path. This is from 2014 from Too Many Tailors on WordPress. Wow, swatchbooks. Ah, blah. Maybe I should make a graphic that shows that's like a tailor form, tailor shop form, to add to the experience. That'll be fun. Like a notepad, I guess. Oh god, not this song. Hmm. Okay, we're gonna put some more of these standing fabric ones on the bottom here. Hope y'all can feel your inner animal coming out with all these songs that have been playing. Since this is the zoo playlist after all. We could do like some smaller shelves here on this rack. Or like it won't be easily seen, but inside this like kind of smaller rack of shelvings would be like buttons and stuff. Zippers perhaps? Oof, that chord for the harmonies right there. I wouldn't be able to tell you what chord that is, but it sure is a lot. Smiley face handles. Smiley face. Very good. I think it's Lionheart that's playing right next. Make a move. Move you over here. Just so I can see what I'm doing. I don't really should put anything in this bottom rack. Here. Maybe I need to search. I guess, okay, let's just try fabric store, I guess. I don't know if there's like a specific term for a fabric store that I should be using instead. So alas, this is the best I can use right now. What's happening in this photo? This is not related to tailoring at all, but why is this island surrounded in pink? Woven polypropylene fabric surrounding 11 islands. Huh. A project in 1983. Huh. 6.5 million square feet of floating pink fabric. Surrounded Islands, Biscayne Bay, Greater Miami, Florida, 1980 to 1983. Oh, hello, Anaconda. Okay. I guess, yeah, of course I included this song on here. Or someone else recommended to include this song. Interesting. Huh. I'm trying to find good clothing references or clothing store, textile, fabric store references that would help me figure out props to add. Oh my god. Look at her store. Michael? Gonna move this up meantime. Honestly, I'd be fine without more detail. I also could just be convincing myself of that because I can't think of anything else. Put another picture frame here. Go additional detail. Save me, even though this detail will be hidden, depending on the scene that we're in. Oh, didn't I want to do color testing on this? I think I need to erase this. Then what's on this layer? Do this. You're changing the layer color until I'm satisfied, essentially. I'm gonna do color testing to figure out what colors I want to slap on this. I feel like a nice purple would suffice. I was like, this brush isn't showing up. This brush was just super tiny. I need a watercolor brush just because it's kind of light to use. I know. At home. Maybe it's because of the subcolor I have on. I don't think so. Some brushes will be able to synchronize with your subcolor, which is interesting. Definitely not what I want. So, you know. Oops. One color. I do love this additional color complexity that doing that does. Wow, just like real watercolors. Wow, watercolors. Yay! Wow. Yippee. Wow. Base. Let's do... I guess I'm just gonna call this layer A because I don't know what else to really call this at the moment. This kind of darker blue colored start. Now I definitely need this to like be darker. Very good. I'm just gonna start marking things and figure out if I like this color scheme or not. I'm sure I will. I'm sure I've seen enough color palettes to know whether or not I like something with particular coloring. I think the biggest challenge is figuring out again color variety while also not trying to stray too far from our color palette, you know? I guess this works, because technically the new outfit that I'll be working on will be kind of around just... Ow. I moved my hand in a weird way. This general color scheme. Oh, already? Oh, okay. I'm gonna turn off the auto on the timer, since we'll be wrapping up stream soon. Let's see if I can finish up some of the color conceptuals on this. Really does behave like a watercolor. Oh, not so typical at all. Yeah, let me grab the base so I can just use a darker version of this. Use that to define some of the wooden things that are in the room. The picture frames, the table, the racks, obviously. I think these brushes haven't really been modified, so I had to put a lot of pressure into using it, which is not really good for my hands, obviously. I really love how the color blades between stuff. This is a really good watercolor brush that this person at Camomi made. A little bit of color blade over here. Some of these colors to use on the table spindles. Obviously, because of the tomato, we'll have to make this vaguely tomato colored. We'll use techniques that I talked about earlier. Kind of get this tomato color. There you go. Now this watercolor too is really blendy. Makes it difficult to use, depending on what colors are surrounding it. So you can see this is already like not the right color because it's next to this. Just like, okay. I don't know how to color this mannequin, honestly. We'll just ignore it for now. Like butterfly. I can see like some of the watercolor just being left behind on this. What the? What the? Oh, okay, thank you, timer. Nice watercolor one for now to get some of the finishing touches on. This one easily fills up the space comparison. Well, it does blend nicely. I don't really use most of these for intended watercolor-esque purposes, in case it wasn't obvious. I think this one has a little bit of color shift on it, I will say. I don't think a blender will work here, but I guess it'll smooth out some of the watercolor edges that do exist because of this. Then let's grab a darker color to use for the top because I vaguely remember the way the sewing machine worked or was laid out. Actually use this color for the mannequin. It's right here. Oh my god, I can't believe this song's on here. I like half apologize for the addition of the song. Please enjoy. This should be good. Okay, and with that, that's it for stream. As we just hit our 3-hour mark. I am quite exhausted, but I think we made good progress tonight. So very good, very awesome. Okay, I'm gonna turn off this music so we can have our normal chatting music play. But I would like to say thank you everyone for chilling with us, and thank you for lurking. Thank you for maybe working alongside us, if you've been working alongside us. Otherwise, no matter what, we appreciate you. I give you all 4 head kisses, mama, even though I just burped. If you don't follow, maybe consider following so you can enjoy more art, co-working vibes like this. If you want to know when our next streams will be, the Discord servers will be the best place to go. So there's a personal one, which is specifically for our Twitch community. And then there's also the stream team one for scaling, the funny, silly friends stream team that I have with Bone, Citrona, and Mika. And I actually have not posted this month's schedule in that server yet, so I should probably do so. Other than that, if you want to check us out on social media, we're always on social media. We're on Blue Sky and Tumblr mainly, and a little bit of Instagram, so maybe feel free to check us out there. Of course, we also do a few coding things, so make sure to explore in chat and also get your stamp for the stream if you haven't already. Do I explore? Or no? Land? Oh, I should harvest that. Land? Okay, very good. Awesome. Yeah. You are a silly little cat with shelf full of gay acrylic standees? Yes. Yes, indeed you are. Oh, there's an ad break. Okay, well, we're gonna let the ad break go, and I'm gonna go ahead and start finding us a raid target while the ad break goes. Let me go over here to Twitch, mute the tab, because I know sidechain compression will immediately just shut off the chatting music entirely. I do think it'd be nice to send y'all over to get some additional cozy co-working vibes, especially considering how the stream was. So I might send y'all over to a co-working space specifically. I do, however, sorry for the yawn. I do, however, want to shout out Mika, good friendo and moderator, but primarily friendo. Mika is currently playing Arc Knights. and has been streaming Arknights for the past like 40 hours or something. So do feel free to stop by their stream and say hi. They're currently checking out the current event that's happening in international server. It's the Masses Travels, something religion, Laterano, Sancta, and stuff like that. I shan't say more just to be nice to anyone that here doesn't want any spoilers, even though I barely know anything about the event because I don't play Arknights anymore. But feel free to check out Mika. We won't be raiding into Mika, but because Mika is one of our beloved scaling team members, I do want to give them a shout out. Just so y'all know. Check out Mika. I have no idea how long their stream will still be going. But yeah. I'm gonna have fun figuring out how to upscale this and figuring out the texturing and stuff that I'll do when this is upscaled. Maybe I think we can do like some. I can do this to kind of see if I want to use like a different color scheme. Like, oh, I like this one because this has more magentas and red and oranges and stuff. You know, that sort of thing. I do like those teals and blues and stuff too. But yeah, I will go ahead and be bringing us over to Bread Botnik. We've rated Nick a few Bread/Nick a few times before, and he has cozy streams, very nice and cozy. He is doing a co-working and studying stream, so I will bring y'all over to them. So you can go ahead and say hi. If you don't know who I'm talking about, here is the shout out for Nick. They do a lot of cool 3D art and 3D renders, so that's what I know them for, along with playing some cute indie games here and there. They're pretty cozy. Just first and foremost is art. But I'll go ahead and take y'all over there. For raid messages, we always have our default raid message. Again, as I always say, I still need to update our database of raid messages. If you have a subscription, I would love it if you could add a sub emote to the end of this raid message. I'll go ahead and use Gremlin for tonight. If you don't have a subscription, you can still get a sub emote to use for this raid message. If you go into power-ups and rewards, you can choose an emote of mine to unlock for 80 channel points. You'll be able to redeem it to get one of my tier 1 static sub emotes to use across Twitch for I think like 24 hours temporary period. But you'll be able to use it for this raid message and wherever else you'd like to use a silly, cute little Suitbo Gremlin. Yes, I'm going to get this raid going. Brad actually just started, so this is probably pretty good timing. Brad Botnik does go by he, they pronouns, just to let y'all know. Please make sure to respect everyone's pronouns. Always feel free to ask to make sure. Please make sure to respect the atmosphere of the vibe also, since they are also doing co-working. And just make sure to say hi. Say hello. But yeah. Thank you to everyone who was chilling with us. As always, again, we always appreciate our lurkers too. Thank you to Cremoset, Magic, Citrona, Rach, Michaela, Nikki, Chimpy, Mika, and Abyss, who just appeared. Hi, Abyss. Thank you. Thank you to any lurkers who are also here, maybe didn't make their presence known. No matter what, we always appreciate our lurkers. For our next schedule, our next stream will be Saturday morning to afternoon. We will be doing some gaming, and I think we will be continuing Haunty, if not Mega Man Battle Network 3. If not, what's the other game? I feel like there's another game I was playing currently. Oh, the Tunic Replay. Since we have the Tunic Replay going, and maybe we might as well should try to finish it, but most likely it will be Haunty and maybe other games, depending on how Haunty goes. So we'll see you then, and then next week we'll have our Taylor Visitation with this lovely background once it's finished, once I finish it offline. But please take care, say hi to Red